Coming up on Shelby this week, Macomb County Clerk is making the news again. This time, the courts are involved. We'll tell you how the situation is unfolding. And our township made the news for a very good reason. We are ranked on a list of 100 communities, and we'll tell you exactly why and where Shelby Township ranks. And one organization gave to the Shelby Township Fire Department, and the money was given to the department will go towards a great cause in helping out community members. We have all of this and much more, so stay with us on Shelby This Week. A woman is facing first-degree murder charges after stabbing her mother to death in their Shelby Township home. 49-year-old Julie Flynn is ordered to appear in circuit court after District Court Judge Shepard bound her case over for murdering her 80-year-old mother on January 30th. Julie Flynn allegedly stabbed her mother Joyce multiple times in the same spot on her neck. According to her family, Julie Flynn has a history of mental illness. Her sister-in-law, Kelly Flynn, testified in court, saying Julie's mental illness got progressively worse after her father died in November of 2016. According to the prosecutor, Julie Flynn hid evidence before calling her brother and sister-in-law over to the house. She called them first, saying over the phone her mother had died. When they got to the house on Marissa Way, Stephen Flynn called 911. The call was dispatched to officers as an elderly woman deceased. Officer Justin Goebel was the second one on the scene.
I decided to start looking around the residence to see for any type of possible scuffle, to see exactly what had happened, try to piece things together.
Goebel also said the house smelled very clean. As officers pieced together the evidence of what went on, Julie Flynn was removed from the premises. However, she was not arrested until later in the investigation. Julie Flynn is being held in Macomb County Jail. Her arraignment in Macomb County Circuit Court is scheduled for August 14th. A Shelby Township man received a 9-year prison sentence for firing shots at police officers while holding officers at bay in his home. 49-year-old Bobby Joe Grimes pleaded no contest before he was sentenced in Macomb County Circuit Court for the November 2014 situation. Grimes barricaded himself for 2 hours at his home on Greenview Street near Ryan and Auburn Roads. He fired his gun 3 times in his basement. His first 2 shots went into a television, and the third shot went through the basement door, where a police officer was taking cover. Luckily, no one was injured at the scene. His sentence will be served at the same time as his 5-year federal prison term for providing thousands of oxycodone pills to a Tennessee drug ring. In 2021, Grimes will be released from federal prison, and he will serve the remainder of his time in the state prison system. Macomb County Clerk Karen Spranger is finding her name in the news once again. This time, she's being sued by Macomb County regarding her residency at the time she signed her paperwork to run for county clerk.
This particular issue is a very simple issue, and it's one that needs to be clarified. The only real location to get a clarification is the courts. So this dispute as to whether or not she lived where she claimed to have lived in April of last year in the city of Warren needs to be answered. And there's a lot of compelling evidence that she didn't live there. So with that being said, we can't just walk away from it. We're going to allow the courts an opportunity through this complaint to make a determination. Did she live on that address when she filed to run for county clerk? So we don't believe she did. But we're going to let the courts decide, and if she did, and they determine that, then we move on. If she did not, then there's this issue as to whether or not she can actually hold that office, and she will probably be removed from office. So we're letting the courts decide.
Macomb County officials claim the Warren home, which Spranger states as her address, has been listed as unlivable since 2012 because there's not working water, no utilities at the house. Her term in office has seen its fair share of controversy. Hackle said the courts are only looking into her residency at this time. The other issues are a completely different case. If Spranger is found to have lied on her affidavit she signed in April of 2016, she will be removed from her position. Hackle said the circuit court could take a few weeks or even months to completely look into this case and make the lawful decision. Although the summer months are winding down, it's still important to take precaution against mosquitoes. Last week, the Macomb County Health Department put out a warning to residents, telling them of the deadly West Nile virus. After 2 separate samplings of mosquitoes in Macomb County came back testing positive for the virus, the health department wants to make sure residents are taking the right precautions. To prevent mosquito bites, make sure you are using insect repellent with DEET or Picardin. Be sure to spray the repellent on your clothing and exposed skin. Mosquitoes are attracted to any standing water, so make sure you empty children's pools when they're not in use. Keep an eye out for the mosquitoes and keep your family safe for the rest of the summer. If you want more information on the disease, visit health.macombgov.org. 10 cities in Michigan made the list for the safest communities in the country. Our very own township made the top 100. Shelby Township was ranked number 27th on the list and is among the safest communities in America. According to Alarm.com, they published the list, which was compiled by the National Council for Home Security and Safety. They used data from FBI crime reports.
Our firefighters and police officers have worked hand in hand. They work really well together since I've been here. It's 26 years. So our working relationship, I think, adds to that recognition we got. And I said, to the Board of Trustees and to Chief Schlide and his crew, I think that's just an awesome recognition for a job well done.
I give all the credit to the community and the leadership, our Board of Trustees, the way they run the township. Actually, the employees of the township, whether there are 200 or 300 of them, everyone has pride here. We all working towards the same mission of making this a better place to live for everyone, work and play, etc. And just the residents' way they carry themselves on daily business. Everyone takes care of their own yard, take care of their family, get their kids educated and everything. And this is just a wonderful community. Like I say, this is one of the top premier bedroom communities in America, and our ranking on that list just validates my thoughts.
Shelby Township recorded 115 violent crimes per 100,000 people and 903 crimes per 100,000. This is what the township website has to say. One of the fastest growing areas in Metro Detroit with over 77,000 residents. The area has a variety of parks from Mace Decker Park to the River Bends Park, which offers a variety of outdoor activities from archery to disc golf. A region near 24 Mile Road in Van Dyke used to be known as the Village of Disco, so you might want to dance on over to Shelby Charter Township to find out the other amenities have to offer.
We take great pride in keeping this township safe and keeping the residents safe also.
2 other Macomb County communities made the list as well, St. Clair Shores and Sterling Heights. Back in February, 2 Shelby Township police officers risked their lives in order to save a 15-year-old boy from drowning. The boy fell through the ice on the pond, and Sergeant Troy Tichenell and Officer Paul Fox came to his rescue.
Troy, hang on, I got an inflatable.
Even when the ice broke, the officers continued to work to save the young man. In June, they were honored with the Medal of Valor for their determination on the cold day in February. Not only did they receive the highest honor a police officer could get, but State Representative Peter Lucido honored them at a ceremony with tributes for their actions.
I know it's part of the job, but once in a while, going beyond the scope of your job, we want to tell you we're very proud of you, and we also want to thank you for all that you do for this community. So on behalf of the state of Michigan,
Thank you, sir.
Sergeant, yourself, and also yourself, thank you very much for your service, and we appreciate what you do for us here in Shelby Township.
Sergeant Tichenell and Officer Fox were only the second and third recipients of the awards in the Shelby Township Police Department. You may think of Firehouse Subs as a place where you can pick up a sandwich, chips, and a drink, but this company offers much more to the community fire departments. Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation started in 2005 after Hurricane Katrina, and the devastation the 2 owners saw in Mississippi led them to start this organization. The foundation's mission is to impact the life-saving capabilities and the lives of local heroes and their communities. And our very own Shelby Township Fire Department received a gift from the foundation last week.
Today we received a grant from Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for a fire extinguisher simulator, which will be instrumental in public education for our township employees, residents, and businesses.
This grant's a really important thing to us. Public education has been very critical even during the downturn in the economy several years ago, we always did our best to maintain our staffing and our fire prevention, because public education is their second job next to investigating fires and inspecting buildings.
As we teach people prevention, we also want to give them the ability to be able to understand how to put out a fire and to handle a fire extinguisher and respond in an emergency situation.
And to get a grant tool like this is it's crucial, because you can tell everyone how to use a fire extinguisher, how to do this, but without having the hands-on where they can use it and then see the benefits of it, it's very difficult. And with the simulator, they will be able to use shoot it at a huge LCD screen, and if they do correctly, they will see the fire go down. It shoots out like steam, you know, and so they can see it, they can see the effects of it, and it's just another tool that we can add for our public education. Very heartfelt thank you to the Firehouse subs, to all the restaurants, restaurant owners who raise money throughout the year for the foundation, and to the people who work at the foundation. You know, thank you very much. This is, you know, it's huge for all the public safety departments throughout the country.
Because this is money we wouldn't have had to purchase this equipment for the education, nor Utica, as you know, the economy, you know, isn't booming as well as everybody thinks. So our departments work with a restricted budget, and we just don't have money set aside to purchase additional things like this, even though it's pertinent in our positions and jobs.
Shelby Township was one of the 10 departments in the state of Michigan to receive the award. Their cut of the grant is $19,631. One summertime event is fast approaching, and we'll tell you where you can take the family out for a weekend of fun and culture. And this store is the first to come up to the Metro Detroit area. Find out about the store and all the displays they have inside. And this place holds memories for a lot of people in Macomb County. We talked to some of our local community members on their fond times at the venue. Stay with us on Shelby This Week, because we have much more news.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. One local Shelby Township event has been happening for more than 3 decades. Our Stacy Sansatera tells us all about this township staple you will definitely want to check out next week.
Preparations are underway for the 34th annual Shelby Township Art Fair. As members of the PRM department, along with the Art Fair Committee, are hard at work preparing swag bags.
Each year we order 700 bags that we fill with goodies from our sponsors and some of our vendors to give out to people that come to visit the fair.
And people that come to visit the fair have so much to look forward to, as this fun, family-oriented event features a variety of arts, crafts, and a Michigan-made market.
One of the things that we do that some other fairs don't do is make it very family-friendly. We've got entertainment for the kids. We try and have a good variety of art, things that are may not necessarily be expensive, so even someone that doesn't have a lot of money to spend might have something fun that they can buy and take home. So we do have some high-end pieces as well.
This annual event is a year-round work in progress, and it all began 34 years ago with the vision of one woman.
Because I like art, and the people around me are, when I first started, were a whole bunch of artists, and I thought they needed recognition.
We start pretty much as soon as one fair is done, we start planning the next year's fair. So come the end of August, we'll start looking at 2018. There's a lot of work that goes into it, but it's a labor of love. We enjoy doing it.
Mark your calendars for August 12th and 13th. You don't want to miss this huge event filled with activities, entertainment, and of course, the best art around. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
And be sure to check out the Shelby Township Art Fair on August 12th and 13th. 3 Eisenhower High School students developed new leadership skills at a conference at Albion College. Marina Stojanovsky, Kayla Cadets, and Juliana Belanger were among 65 other Michigan high school students to attend and receive the scholarship from SEG Foundation. The teens attended the Michigan Association of Student Councils and Honor Society Summer Leadership Camp. They learned skills to help them in their academics and future careers. During the camp, they worked on communication, organization, group process, and goal setting. These skills will help them in the classroom this upcoming year and in future leadership positions they might hold. Cabela's is now open in Macomb County. The grand opening marks the first store to be in the Metro Detroit area. This location marks the 4th store to open in Michigan. Other stores are in Dundee, Saginaw, and Granville. The new store is 90,000 square feet. It's located right near Hall Road and I-94 in Chesterfield Township. Customers will find an outdoor display, memorabilia, outdoor photos, and much more. Guests will also have the opportunity to experience the indoor archery range and the firearm tech room. Employees will host educational events through the year at the store. Cabela's will employ more than 175 employees. While the Detroit Lions found a new home in Detroit several years ago, the memories of this local staple will stay in the hearts of many Metro Detroiters for years to come.
Growing up, my family and my dad's side, we had season tickets to the Lions, actually dating back to the old days at Briggs Stadium. Sundays in the fall and winter was going to the Silverdome with my dad. And it's probably my favorite memory is just hanging out with Dad at the Silverdome. We had seats in the upper deck near the 50 and it was amazing. I still remember the 2 guys, the judge and the lawyer, that sat next to us for all those games. And I never understood why they would laugh at the Lions as much as they did when the Lions went the Lions. But as I grew older, I kind of understood their laughter more, and now I do it myself with my daughter. So probably my favorite memory was I was at the playoff win when they beat the Dallas Cowboys. That was pretty exceptional, and along with the game, I remember one guy walking outside with his jacket inside out, and I asked my dad why, and he asked the guy why, and it was because it was a Cowboys jacket. And it was the first time the Lions ever shamed anybody else, so it was pretty memorable.
So my first memory of the Pontiac Silverdome is before it even had a game in it or anything. In 1975, my uncle was a forest ranger out in Montana. He had his own plane and he flew here, landing at the Romeo Airport. My dad's brother came into town, and my first recollection of the Pontiac Silverdome was flying over it, my uncle's Cessna, when I was a young boy. So it wasn't even for a game, but I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. It was like something larger than life. I had never seen anything this big. And to be able to fly with your uncle and look down at this thing and knowing that football would be played there, it was a magical experience.
I remember seeing Barry Sanders play, and he was everything people talk about. He was awesome. He was a lot of fun to watch. So I think I was right out of college when he was still playing. So yeah, good times. Went and saw the indoor motocrosses that they used to have and the monster trucks, which was interesting because it was a dome, and you'd have this big layer of smoke in there, and we could still sit at we try to sit below the smoke line, which we did, so that was pretty cool. So we had some good memories as kids of the dome.
The Silverdome felt like a football stadium. I know it was rough history with some of the crowds there, but I just remember sitting with my dad and then the judge and the lawyer next to it, or judge and doctor next to us laughing their heads off at the Lions' misfortunes. And, you know, that's just what football feels like to me. And I'm going to miss, you know, that lost piece of history for football.
Several Meijer parking lots are being turned into hockey rinks, thanks to the Detroit Red Wings Summer Street Hockey Tour.
Kids across the state of Michigan are getting the chance to learn and improve their skills thanks to the Detroit Red Wings.
We come out, put on an hour-long street hockey clinic, go through some different stations, passing, shooting, stick handling, some drills, also have a healthy eating station, talk about the importance of eating healthy, a balanced diet, making sure they're staying hydrated. Then we play a 30-minute pickup game with them after, kind of putting together everything they learned out here today.
This is the second year that these clinics have happened across the state, and although there wasn't one in Macomb County this year, doesn't mean there won't be one on the horizon for next year.
We're going to 10 different spots all throughout Michigan and out there in Shelby. We didn't go last year. We don't have it on the docket this year, so it's definitely a chance we'll be out in Shelby next year. We'll see.
Over 1,000 youth hockey players will come out to Meijer to test their skills and learn some new ones by the time the summer comes to a close. For Shelby This Week, I'm Nick Buckler.
To find out more information and where the clinics will be held next year, head over to the DetroitRedWings.com/community. And coming up next, as summer comes to an end, one local event will bring you outside for the day and enjoy some classic cars. And then, if you like running, we have the event for you. While you run, you will also be supporting a great community cause. We'll tell you where you can sign up for that event. There's still more ahead on Shelby This Week.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. Why would you do that?
Probably okay isn't okay. Call a cab, a car, or a friend.
Good choice.
If you like cars, especially classic cars, we have an event you will want to attend. The annual Gasoline Alley in Utica will give you more than just a car show. There will be a gas show, swap meet, food, music, and a raffle which will benefit the American Cancer Society.
Biggest thing is that you'll be able to see some of the best classic cars from all the guys in the neighborhood. Number two, you'll be able to have lunch at, we've got 5 of the best restaurants in the area. That'll be all open and having specials for the car show.
If you are interested in showing off your car, the sign up is first come, first serve. Utica's Gasoline Alley will be held on Saturday, August 12th from 8 o'clock a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. in downtown Utica, across from Memorial Park. And if you're interested in finding out more information, or if you want to sign up for your car, visit uticagasilinealley.com. Close out your summer by running for a great cause. The second annual Back the Badge will be held on August 18th at Riverbends Park. You can either run the 5K or 10K. All the proceeds collected from this race will benefit the Shelby Township Police Honor Guard. The park opens for registration for runners at 5:30 p.m. The 10K starts at 7 o'clock and the 5K starts at 7:10 p.m. For tickets, visit the website on your screen, and you can always find out more information on their Facebook page, Back the Badge Shelby Township. The Senior Center kicked off August with their annual picnic. The picnic was held at Riverbends Park, and the seniors enjoyed food from Vincent Joe's Gourmet Market. Music was provided by a mariachi band, and everyone had fun dancing.
We're very grateful to Shelby Nursing Center for sponsoring our event today. Allows us to provide a really good time for everybody. It was fun with a strolling mariachi band, and a lot of good times had by all.
This year's picnic theme was Fiesta, and sticking with that same theme, the Senior Center will host a dinner dance in a few weeks. Some other things you can look forward to is the September tailgate luncheon and the football dinner dance, both held in September. That's all for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can watch us all the time on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. We'll leave you now with more scenes from the Senior Center picnic. Thanks for watching.
Hay que darle gusto al gusto. La vida pronto se acaba. Lo que pasó en este mundo